The human story is etched with the scars of conflict. From ancient battles for territory to modern ideological clashes, the capacity for violence seems woven into our being. This grim reality begs a fundamental question. Are we inherently wired for war, or are there deeper currents of cooperation that can steer us towards peace? Throughout history, philosophers have grappled with this question, offering contrasting perspectives on human nature. Some, like Thomas Hobbes, argue that our natural state is one of perpetual conflict, driven by self-preservation and the pursuit of power. In this view, peace is a precarious truce maintained only by the threat of force. Others, like Immanuel Kant, envision a path towards lasting peace through reason, cooperation, and the establishment of just laws. They believe that our capacity for empathy and collaboration can overcome our baser instincts, leading us away from the abyss of war. Understanding these contrasting views is crucial to navigating the complex landscape of conflict and peace. By examining the philosophical roots of discord and harmony, we can begin to unravel the intricate tapestry of human nature and envision a future where violence is not the norm but a tragic aberration.
Thomas Hobbes, writing amidst the turmoil of the English Civil War, painted a stark portrait of human nature in his seminal work, Leviathan. He argued that in the absence of a strong sovereign, life would descend into a war of all against all, driven by competition, distrust, and the fear of violent death. For Hobbes, peace was not an inherent human inclination, but a fragile construct imposed by the overwhelming power of the state. The Leviathan, a metaphorical embodiment of absolute authority, was necessary to suppress individual desires and enforce order. While Hobbes's view might seem overly pessimistic today, his ideas resonate with the realities of power struggles and the ever-present potential for violence in human affairs. His work serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of peace and the constant need for mechanisms to manage conflict. However, Hobbes' emphasis on fear and coercion as the primary drivers of peace presents a limited perspective. It overlooks the potential for cooperation, empathy, and shared values to foster harmony. While a strong state is undoubtedly important for maintaining order, a solely Hobbesian approach risks creating a society ruled by fear rather than one built on trust and mutual respect. In contrast to Hobbes' stark realism, Immanuel Kant offered a more optimistic vision for achieving lasting peace. In his essay Perpetual Peace, Kant argued that war is not inevitable and outlined a framework for a world order based on reason, cooperation, and international law. Kant believed that humans possess an innate capacity for moral reasoning, and that this capacity could be harnessed to create a more peaceful world. He proposed a system of international relations based on respect for state sovereignty, non-interference in internal affairs, and the establishment of international institutions to mediate disputes. Furthermore, Kant stressed the importance of democratic governance and citizen participation in promoting peace. He believed that democracies, by giving voice to their citizens, are less likely to engage in wars of aggression. While Kant's vision of perpetual peace remains aspirational, his ideas have profoundly influenced international law, diplomacy, and the pursuit of peaceful conflict resolution. His work stands as a testament to the power of ideas to shape a better future and the enduring belief in the possibility of overcoming war.
History offers a sobering yet hopeful perspective on the interplay of conflict and peace. Examining the cyclical nature of war and reconciliation allows us to identify patterns, understand the root causes of conflict, and learn from past mistakes. The 20th century, marked by two devastating world wars, also witnessed unprecedented efforts to build a more peaceful world order. The creation of the United Nations, the establishment of international tribunals for war crimes, and the rise of global human rights movements all reflect a growing awareness of the interconnectedness of humanity and the imperative to prevent future atrocities. However, even as these institutions emerged, regional conflicts, civil wars, and new forms of violence, such as terrorism, continued to plague the world. The post-Cold War era, initially hailed as a time of peace and prosperity, has been marked by complex geopolitical shifts, resurgent nationalism, and the rise of new global powers. These historical cycles remind us that peace is not a static endpoint, but a dynamic process requiring constant vigilance, adaptation, and a willingness to address the root causes of conflict. By understanding the historical forces that shape our world, we can better navigate the challenges of the present and strive towards a future where peace is not merely the absence of war, but a sustainable reality.